Welcome back to 405 Sports. We're talking about the MLB. Opening weekend just went down. Swinging over here because I really only know about the Rangers at the moment, but I'm very happy as a Rangers fan.
I'll go by division, because why not here? The Tampa Bay Rays, very early to say anything, but because they play 162 games, but the issue with the Rays has always been their hitting. One of the worst teams in the league in offense here, but they scored 21 runs this weekend and gave up 3. It was the Tigers. Let me put that out there. It was the Tigers, but the Rays pitching staff is elite, and they're going to get Tyler Glass now. If they can keep somewhat of this offense up, they will be a deep playoff team. We'll put it there. The Yankees look good. They don't have Rodon yet. They don't have Harrison Bader yet, but I figured they'd be good. They're a pretty similar team. Garrett Cole looked like Garrett Cole. Struck out like the first 6 batters he faced. I know a lot of their pitching staff is actually hurt right now, so they just need dudes to tide over until they get healthy. The Red Sox went 2-1 against the Orioles. 2 teams with no pitching staff. The Orioles had big leads in 2 games and lost.
Oh my God! They put up 23 and 27.
They
runs.
Dropped
That's brutal.
Game-winning
catch.
a fly ball,
on the
yeah,
field.
and then lost on walk-off. But Blue Jays went 1-2, but they played my Cardinals, and we rake. It looks like both teams have really, really, really good lineups. The pitching will just... I prefer the Blue Jays pitching staff over the Cardinals. So the Blue Jays will be fine. They just played.
Blue Jays are currently losing to the Royals.
Yeah.
We'll put that out there.
But they got Gosman and Manoah and Chris Bassett, who did not have a good debut yesterday, giving up a bunch of runs. The Twins are 3-0. They're just always dependent on if Byron Buxton stays healthy. Their rotation should be good.
We're cooking with gas right now.
Them or the Guardians will win that division unless the White Sox play to their strengths, which has not looked like it. Kopech got shelled today, and he's supposed to be one of their better pitchers.
They went. I mean, they won a game against the Astros.
They went 2-2 against the Astros, which is
2-2.
good.
So like
That makes you feel good, but that's kind of how they were last year. Is
yeah, and they get to
they
play.
500 baseball instead of
They're
blowing
in
it
a
open
god
like
awful
they're supposed to
division,
be.
so
Eloy Jimenez is garbage. They are missing their clubhouse piece in Abreu, who's now on the Astros, but we'll see how that goes. Royals, Tigers looked brutal.
Yep.
I expect the Royals to be better than the Tigers, but
it'll
both
be
those teams are
a race for
not
last
making
place.
playoffs. We can say it now.
Nope.
In the West, the Rangers, a surprising sweep over the Phillies just because of the Phillies' pitching staff.
Lack of bullpen.
Yeah, their bullpen was brutal. I mean, even the starters didn't do great. Falter
That's
was
true.
good last night. He did his job.
Yeah.
And
And Nola was good
Nola
until
was good for
like the
about
fourth.
or 5th inning.
Yeah.
And the
And
wheels came
They
off.
got shelled on Saturday.
Yeah, that was...
The Rangers definitely have the lineup. They have DeGrom and Martin Perez.
Nathan Eovaldi's not bad either.
He's not bad. I mean, I think they'll cool off at some point.
Sadly, they definitely will.
They could make the playoffs for sure.
Oh yeah, that could be a wild card team.
I'm glad that we went through the series, though, and we didn't even use Heaney.
Yeah.
Like, that made me feel kind of good about it. Pitching was up and down because DeGrom was definitely weird.
DeGrom's on a pitch limit though, so he.
But
would
this is a new coach, a new skip,
Yeah.
and he was perfect last night on when he made his substitutions. Put a dude in, 1 pitch, pop up, and then put another guy in, 1 pitch, double play to get out of the inning. So that's not easy. Sometimes you put a dude in and they give up a 3-run homer. But the Angels did the classic. Shohei gave them 7 innings, no runs, and they still lost. But then they came back and won the next 2 pretty convincingly. So that's good to hear because the A's are terrible. So you should not be losing to them.
Yeah,
Shohei and Trout went back to back. They just need those other glue guys to be just as good.
Yeah.
Rodon is suspended
They
now.
paid Rodon. Rendon.
Yeah.
They paid him.
They
Is
still
he,
got-
is he still the number one paid third baseman? Or is it Machado
He
now?
shouldn't be anymore.
Yeah.
But
He's top 3.
He's top 3 third baseman,
Yeah.
and not only is he not a top 3 third baseman, he doesn't even play at this point.
they need
'cause he
dudes
can't stay on
like
the field.
Drury
Yeah.
to be good.
He still has 4 more years on his contract.
Hunter Renfro's got to figure it out.
Renfroe can't bat zeros.
They just need their role guys to be good enough where Trout and Ohtani can
The pitching staff's better than it was last year.
pull through.
A great start from Tyler Anderson yesterday,
I was gonna say,
which
is
is what
he-
we expected. He was pretty steady Eddie last year on the Dodgers until late in the year. That's another team that should, I think, but that's the issue is I don't know 4 can make it from that division.
Yeah.
The Mariners, I don't expect them to stay 1 and 3. Their rotation's way too good and their lineup's good. The A's they will stay that way, and the Astros are still a juggernaut. So
The A's may lose a record amount of games this
yeah,
year.
they're pitiful. I
They-
think they're tanking just to get out of Oakland. So
They might lose 120 games. I'm not joking.
Yeah, they haven't done anything in the offseason for the last, how many years?
they're bad. They're really bad.
And they traded
Sean
Murphy.
Murphy,
So.
yeah.
The best
I
player
mean,
they've had in
yeah,
years.
yeah.
And Frankie
They had
Montas
to,
wasn't great. But
They had to for sure. Look over the National League here. Braves look good. They're competing for a top 5 lineup in baseball, and their pitching staff is still really, really good. Strider is unbelievable. Just hope he can stay healthy. Morton's old, but he's still getting the job done, most likely. And then Max Fried got hurt on opening day. I don't know. I don't remember seeing how serious it was, but they might have just taken him out for precautionary reasons. The Mets got smoked today as we're filming this by the Brewers, which is not good because the Brewers are not traditionally a good hitting team. They're a great pitching team, of course. I know Carlos Carrasco, who's supposed to be one of their not like quality start dudes, but will go 5 or 6 innings and give you
he gave him
3 or 4 runs. But he did
4
the opposite
innings.
of that.
Yeah, 4 innings, 5 earned runs.
It is the first
It's not
outing of the year, and that can happen from time to time on pitchers' first outings. But I think the Mets will be fine. Obviously, Edwin Diaz hurts, but they're just in a really good division. That's the issue. But you don't play your division
Oh my
opponents as many times as you normally would, so that may help them. The Nationals are not good. The Marlins pitching staff is good, but still looks like they can't hit, which was their issue last year. And the Phillies, they're going to get Bryce Harper back. They lost Rhys Hoskins, so that kills him. But Harper's supposed to come back earlier than they imagined.
Harper will be a big help for them.
They'll be fine,
Yeah, no, they're gonna be okay.
even though I think they are losing to the Yankees right now.
Yeah.
But
3-1.
Well, I think
they were horrible at the All-Star break last year and then went on some big run, and then they made the World Series. So they weren't horrible, but they weren't good.
another good thing for the Mets is Senga. He was
Kodai
Yeah.
Usenga was at a very shaky first inning, got out of it, and then cruised the rest of the way. He looked filthy. Very good splitter. Yeah, they got a good one there. And they don't even have Verlander yet, so he'll help, absolutely. Central Division, the Brewers, about the same as always. Really, really, really good pitching staff. Corbin Burns did not throw very good, which I don't think you have anything to worry about it because I think he's a top 5, top 3 pitcher in the league. Woodruff looked really good. Peralta looked good today. If their offense is decent, they can compete with the Cardinals to win the division just because of how bad our pitching staff is. We may score 8 runs a game, but it might not matter if we give up 10. The Reds, the Pirates, and the Cubs are all who knows. Like, they're teams that have decent lineups. The whole Reds pitching staff is young, so if they come on and they look really good, dudes like Graham Ashcraft and Hunter Green look good, and Nick Lodolo, then they could win some games because their lineup's not bad. The Pirates, they're supposed to be a sneaky good team, but I just didn't see it in the opening weekend. The off time can change. And then the Cubs, they have their moments where they look good. They could probably compete for third in the division, maybe. Just their pitching is bad. Bad. After Stroman. Not good.
They don't have Kyle Hendricks anymore, do they?
I don't. If they do, he's always just.
Actually, that was their other guy last year.
Drew Smiley's not any good either.
No, trust me, he sucks.
The West, the Diamondbacks were my sleeper team coming into the year just because of how good their young talent is. I know they got rid of Varsho, but that hurts them a little bit. But they're still a really good young team. They have a sneaky good pitching staff. If Gallen is as good as he was last year, they'll be fine. And score a lot of runs this weekend. And that made me a little nervous, but they did go against the Dodgers. So that whole freaking division is 2-2 right now. The Rockies, if they rake like that in Coors, they'll be decent, but they're normally not good away from Coors. But they went 2-2. The Giants, I mean, they went up against the Yankees, but they kind of fell off at the end of last year, and they lost Rodon. Don't expect them to win the division, but they could be sneaky good. The Padres and the Dodgers will probably be the powerhouses that they are supposed to be. They're just having a little cold start here. Both of those teams have too good of pitching staffs and lineups to not win the division. So that whole standings could be flipped right now, except the Diamondbacks. And Trace Thompson hit 3 homers.
All the same exit velocity.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Weird.
They got him for cash considerations, so anything he does is a bonus at this point. But they're the best organization at taking nobodies and having them be studs. Kind of like the Warriors.
Yeah.
Too early to tell favorites. Way too early in a 162-game season, but there are some shocks. We'll see if the Rangers hold up. So the Rays could be good, sneaky good. I knew they'd be good, but Twins could be good. A little disappointed in the Phillies right now, but I think they'll get it figured out. And you also figure it out closer to All-Star break when you figure out, do we need to make a trade or do we just need to sell it all?
I saw a thing on Aaron Nola the other day where last year his average time to pitch was like 28 seconds.
Yeah.
And so people think that
people are still adjusting to that.
He got tired after the first couple innings because he didn't get to breathe. So that's why he struggled the 4th or 5th inning.
Players adapt to that and the speed of the game. Things will happen. I don't know which teams will sell at the deadline. But the Brewers, if they fall off, could be one of them. I don't think they will, but.
Schwarber's 0 for 3 today.
Yeah, he's having a tough start to the year for sure.
I think that puts him at 1-16.
Why is he 2-hole still?
Thank you for watching the video that was talking about MLB opening week. And thank you for watching.